My name is Nick Rudder. Welcome to my garage. In today's episode, I brought back Project Focus to finish what I had started in a previous episode. Now, this vehicle, it's 10 years old. We mechanically decontaminated the paint by doing an extreme prep wash. The headlights have been restored, the wheels and tires have been cleaned, and the engine bay's been detailed. Now, the paint is ready, and it needs a little bit of TLC. And to do that, I'm going to use a combination of compound and polish with two different types of tools, a rotary polisher and a dual action polisher. So hang tight, buckle up, and stay tuned for this episode. Now, from where you're sitting at home, you might think that this paint actually looks pretty glossy. Why are you doing anything to it? Well, when you actually use a dedicated swirl finder light, this reveals the true condition of the paint. And what you'll see here is 10 years riddled with swirl marks and scratches. Swirl marks are thousands of shallow scratches that hinder the gloss and the color and the clarity of the paint. And to remove those swirl marks, we need to mechanically abrade them. And for that, I'm going to use a compound first, followed by a polish. A real simple two-step system showcasing two very different tools. Now, a lot of you might be familiar with a big wool pad like this on what you call a rotary or circular polisher. This tool spins in one direction, and it's often used by professionals or body shops to remove sanding marks. Now, this machine is no respecter of persons. If you don't use it properly, what will happen is you can actually burn through the paint, and a byproduct of this type of tool, especially with the wool pad with all these fibers, is it leaves its own swirl marks and holograms. So if you're wondering, well, why are you even using this tool? Well, the reason why is I want to show you at home so you can feel more comfortable. Plus, for 10-year-old paint that's oxidized and is covered in swirl marks and scratches, this tool is going to cut through it much, much faster. And with proper technique and a little bit of skill, you can master this machine in no time. As a matter of fact, using it is quite simple. First and foremost, what I have here is a cordless rotary polisher. It's very lightweight, it's very smooth, and it's extremely easy to handle. You can also get a corded machine. Now, this particular tool is made in Germany. It's very lightweight, only weighs about 6 pounds, and it's very easy to control. Plus, it has a variable speed that goes all the way down to 600 RPM at the trigger, so you can get down real low with your speed. When you're using a rotary polisher like this, it's really important that you have your pad centered on the backing plate. Otherwise, it'll be very wobbly. And the next step, what I'm going to do to showcase the before and after is apply a tape line on the paint. And you'll see, after I compound this area, the tape will be a visual indicator of exactly what I've done. And for the windshield cleaner jet here, I'm going to tape that off as well, simply because I don't want to get compound or polish in it. So quickly tape that off. And you don't have to be a perfectionist with your tape. The tape is function over how it looks. And then when you have a rotary polisher, it's really important that you have a pad spur. That's if you're using a wool pad. So when you have a pad like this, turn your speed up, and this fluffs the fibers, and it also cleans it out. Really important. And then, using your compound, some people like to put it directly on the pad. I like to pick up my bead, and by that, I'll put down a bead of product about the size of a pencil. And what I'll do is I'm going to pick it up at the 10 o'clock position on this backing plate, or on this pad. So if you look at this like it's a clock, you have 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, all the way around. I'm going to pick it up at 10 o'clock. And what that'll do is it's going to bring the compound into my pad so I can actually have working product to mechanically abrade the surface. So put my machine in the lowest speed setting, going to lock my trigger in place, sit down here, and then quickly touch it down. And doing it that way, you'll never swing product. Turn my speed up, about 1200 RPM, and go back and forth and side to side to spread it out. And then you can actually tilt the machine at an angle, and it makes it a lot easier to use. So you can hold it flat if you like, but it's not necessary. Go back and forth, and side to side. you're performing overlapping section passes. And when you're using a rotary polisher, it's really important that you keep the machine moving. What you do not want to do is stand in one place too long, otherwise you can burn through the paint. And what's really nice about this type of tool is you can come up on edge to get into tight areas like this. And it's very effective and very easy to manage. So after you've worked your compound, take a microfiber towel and simply wipe off the excess. And there's a lot of different compounds in the market. I like to use compounds that don't dust or sling or smear or splatter all over the place. And this already looks dramatically better. So I'm going to finish the hood using the rotary tool, and then I'm going to follow using a dual action polisher. So I've got some work to do. I'll see you back in just a few moments.